What's up, you guys? My name is Yaki. I am an artist here on the internet, and today we're going to talk about my top 10-ish ideas for presents for artists for this holiday season. So let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Yaki. I do artist videos around different types of tools, product reviews, and then also do some painting here and there. So today's video, we're going to talk about some artist supplies that I think would make great presents for this holiday season. I've kind of broken it up into 10 categories. So we're going to talk about tools, we're going to talk about different mediums, we're going to talk about organization, we're going to talk about lighting and technology, and then we're also going to talk about some bougier items as well as some stocking stuffers. So if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down there. You can go ahead and click it. I'll give you a second. Awesome. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. And let's get into it. The first thing on my list is going to be tools. Tools are so important to artists. There's so many different things that you can get for the artist in your life, but I'm going to start with my number one is cheap paintbrushes. You can never have enough cheap paintbrushes. I'm going to throw some examples along this video of products that I think would make good ones, as well as there's an Amazon link down below where all of these are linked as well. So number one, cheap paintbrushes. If you want to go with something a little bit nicer, I really like the Princeton Velvet Touch paintbrushes. They're really smooth, they're easy to clean, they work really well in terms of the bristles stay together, as well as how they've held up through multiple washes and use. So the Princeton Velvet Touch are my top paintbrushes. So after cheap paintbrushes, I think that cheap palettes are also a great present just to load up on, stock up on for the artists in your life. Again, I have some recommendations here, ones that I like, as well as in that Amazon link down below. And if you want to get something a little bit nicer, the Sugar House Ceramics palettes, they look like these. They're absolutely gorgeous. I believe that they are handmade, top of the line, but these are some great palettes to get for the artists in your life, and they look great on camera too. So if your artist is into vlogging or doing Instagram content, I'm sure that they would be super happy with a Sugar House ceramic palette to add to their arsenal of tools. Alright, so the next subject that I came up with was acrylics. So if your artist is into acrylic painting, if you want to get them something super nice, the golden fluids are my favorite types of paint. They are fantastic. The pigments are so punchy. They are the best paints that you could buy with money, I believe. And then the next step down from that is going to be Liquitex. And then below that, if you want to just get like a house brand of paints, just to get them like a good array of paints, maybe they're like new to art and they want to start using acrylics, the Blick house paints are really nice as well. Is your artist into watercolors? Then I would suggest the Koi Travel watercolor set. It's super tiny and it's super nice because you can use it like going to the park to draw like a nice little scene with like a pond and some ducks and stuff, or maybe take it on a hike. So the Koi Travel watercolor set is really nice. And if you want to get them something that's like TikTok trendy, the Hemi Jelly Gouache, you will see these all over the internet. They're super cute. I have personally never used them, so I cannot say if they are good or not, but there are tons of reviews on the internet about it. So these, the Hemi Jelly Gouache. And then if you want to get your artist something that they will cherish and use forever, it's going to be the HOLBEIN acrylic gouache set. These acrylic gouaches are amazing. They work super well if you're into somewhere in between acrylics and watercolors, or maybe you want to try a new medium. This would be great to get for the artists in your life for this year. Alright, so the next thing up is going to be organization. What a weird topic to throw into this list, but I have so many art supplies and I'm constantly, you can see behind me, I'm constantly struggling with keeping everything organized. So I thought of a couple things that might be good to get your artist to go along with some of these art things that you're getting them this year. So a little travel cart that they can keep in their room, maybe put all of their art supplies on and can move around the room with them since it's on wheels. And if you're doing some paintings with easels, these are really nice to have because you can put like something flat on top to put your paints on. The next step is going to be these marker organization things. They're super nice. So marker organization is something that I have struggled with. I have like a board on my wall that I put cups on and kind of rig something together with, but these would be super nice. You can also get some like custom like handmade ones on Etsy as well. So if you just look up Etsy handmade marker organization and then put in whatever marker you want it for, whether that's Poscas or Copics or Tombows, you can find some really, really cool organization stuff on Etsy. So this is like kind of what that would look like. And then next up, I thought of these like little Target totes. I love these things. I keep my paints in one, I keep my gouaches in another, I use them at markets to carry stuff around. I am absolutely in love with these little Target totes. I don't know what the other brand is, but I got them at Target. So these are what they look like. I'll throw a little name down here and I'll put a link down below for them too. But these Target totes are the best organization thing I have found personally and what I use all the time. Alright, so after organization, we have lighting. So lighting is so important when it comes to making art. It's like an overlooked thing too. So I would suggest to get them either a nice ring lights that you can change the tone of the light if you want the light to be more yellow or if you want it to be more white. And then also you can get these clip-on lights for your easels, which is so nice. I have one that is going to look like this that I bought like a clip for, that I put on top of my easel whenever I'm painting, but lighting is so important. So maybe think about adding on a little light, like maybe like a little explanation too with why you got it for them. And then you could also get your artist this year a light board for tracing. If your artist is new to art, tracing boards are great for practicing and just learning how to do stuff. And then also it's good for like if you drew something on your iPad, you can print it out and then trace it onto like a piece of paper. So yeah, tracing boards are great. All right, let's go on to the next section. All right, now let's talk about technology. So if you have the tech savvy or the artist in your life that wants to play around with mediums that are not just like pen and paper, I would suggest getting them a Cricut Maker or a Cricut 3. Cricut Air 3. You can look up what the different Cricuts do, and I have a Cricut Maker. I absolutely love it. So Cricut Maker, maybe add on one of the heat presses too if they want to get into like making different t-shirts or bags or, you know, different things where they can like heat press some vinyl onto stuff. So that's really cool. Another technology-based item would be a projector. So if they want to do something more with like larger scale painting, a projector would be great because then you can just like project the image that you want to draw onto whatever the surface that you want to paint on. So projectors are awesome for getting, you know, your idea from your iPad onto something big. And then another idea would be to get them the Adobe subscription. Adobe is kind of expensive, but totally worth it if you are into more of the digital side of art or just, you know, finishing art, or you're into like starting to learn how to do manufacturing for your art. So the Adobe Suite subscription would be an awesome technology gift for this year as well. So how about stocking stuffers? Let's talk about little teeny tiny things that you can get for the artists in your life. I think that getting little mini canvases would be really cute to have in your stocking, little tiny itty bitty mini canvases, as well as this little container of paintbrush cleaner. It's like this little puck, keep your brushes really nice so you can keep them going for longer. Also going with that is paintbrush oil to keep your bristles nice and straight and together. And then this brand called Kiss Off makes this really, really good paint remover. So it's like this like little stick. Think of like a Tide brush pen, but it's made for like paints and stuff. So I think that would be a really cool stocking stuffers to have to get some like paint out of your jeans. Another cool stocking stuffer would be really good pens, or, you know, you can always ask the artist in your life, hey, what kind of pens do you like? Because it's like a weird obsession with, you know, if you like a 0.5 or a 0.9 for your pen. And I really like these ones, the FriXion Erase Off pens. I've used them for like sciencey stuff whenever I was in college, and now I use them now for art, and I really, really like them. Another cool idea for a stocking stuffer would be these like little brush pucks. You could also go and get like a makeup brush cleaner, like little silicone things. I found mine in like the dollar section of Target in the front of the store. Another cool idea going along with the mini canvases is these tiny little artist trading cards. I've seen a bunch of artists use them around on the internet. I think it'd be really fun to like practice or just like make little ones that you can just like give out to your friends and stuff. And then lastly, mini moleskins. That sounds really weird to say, but it is these little notebooks, and they're cool because you can throw them in your pocket, you can keep them in your backpack, and just jot down ideas and stuff and have them around. So I think those would make a really great stocking stuffer as well. So now that your stocking is filled, let's get on with some more items for the artist in your life. All right, I'm going to throw these next two sections kind of together. So we're going to talk about markers and we're going to talk about paper. So if you are a new artist, or you don't have like a lot of space, or you don't have like, a lot of time to really dedicate to, getting everything you need for painting, maybe start off with some markers. I think that'd be really cool. So my top brand is going to be Copics. Copics are amazing, but they are so expensive. I only have like a couple select ones of like colors that I use that I'll like add to paintings. But luckily there is another brand called Ohulu, O-H-U-L-U, Ohulu, that is supposed to be a really, really nice competitor, way better price tag, and they're available on Amazon. And if you want something that's going to be more of like a matte finish, more of like a paint-like texture, get Posca markers. Posca markers are so much fun. I love them. If you've watched any other video on this channel, you know that they have my heart. So get the artist in your life a little pack of Posca markers. They sell them on Amazon as well, or your local art store should have them too. Another great marker to have are microns. You can never have enough of these because they run out so fast, I feel like, but they are fine liners and they're great for drawing, sketching, just carrying around with you. But microns are great. There's also a really cool pen company called Lay Pens that makes some fun ones. So maybe the artist in your life is into like bullet journaling or doing like smaller doodles and stuff. Lay Pens are fun. They come in a huge selection of colors and they're really fine tip, and they're great for just writing on paper. If you want to get some nice pencils, Blackwing pencils are top of the line. They're fantastic. They're really, really good. They come in these different shades here, so you can pick which one that you want to get for your artist. All right, then lastly, Prismacolor makes color pencils that are fantastic. So if you want to get a little pack, I would maybe not get the student one unless your artist is younger or not as knowledgeable about color pencils, but the Prismacolor color pencils are top of the line and fantastic as well. So for paper then, I get asked this all the time, like what kind of paper should I use for what? And I personally like to use a high GSM paper, so a thick weighted paper. If you look on like in the paper section of like Michael's or your local art supply store, it will say like what the weight of the paper is. So anything that's like 90 or above I really like, because I feel like the markers don't go through them as much. But they do make certain sketchbooks that are like just for pen and ink or just for markers. Try to correlate like what you are getting for your artist with what type of paper you're going to get. So they make like paper just for acrylics, they make paper just for markers. So try to be thoughtful and not just get something that says sketchbook, because a sketchbook is not going to be like an encompassing thing that's going to work for everything. So that's my little thing on paper. All right, lastly, we have the bougier items for the artist in your life. The top number one bougie item that every artist wants and would love to have: an iPad and an iPencil, or an Apple Pencil, iPencil. I'm not sure what it's called. So getting the artist a iPad if they don't have one, with an Apple Pencil, with the app Procreate. It's like a little $10 app, but it is the most powerful creative tool I've ever used in my entire life. Would make any artist so happy. I know that iPads can be super expensive, but they have come down in price, and a lot of them are on sale right now, so you don't have to get like the nicest iPad Pro. You can start with like an Air or a Mini or something and see if they really like it, and then they can upgrade down the road. And then next up is going to be, if they have the space, a nice big sturdy easel or a drafting table. Both of these items would make super cool gifts if the artist doesn't have them. Make sure that you do your research on buying these, because there are a lot of cheap options for both of these. So get something that has good reviews and that will be sturdy and won't like fall over while you're drawing or painting, because I've had it happen and it's no fun. All right, next up would be to get someone a whole marker set. Like, I would probably cry if somebody gave me like the 350 set of Hulu markers, or like the complete line of Copic markers, because one, I know how expensive that is, and two, just to like not have to mix colors or like just have everything at your hands. Like, oh, I imagine that this is this weird shade of purple and you could just grab it and go. I think that would make a really, really cool gift. Next up would be a local art class. So for where I am, we have this place called the Denver Tool Library. The Denver Tool Library offers really, really cool classes throughout the whole year. And if you don't know which class that they may be interested in, you can buy like a gift card to the place. I'm sure in whatever city that you're in, they offer something really similar. Pottery classes are cool. Printmaking classes are cool. There's like a lot of like knitting classes starting to pop up now. So maybe find a local class, and that would be something cool. And you guys could do it together, you know, because like if you do like an introductory class and maybe like you don't have art skills, but your best friend has art skills, then you guys could do it together and both have a great time. So I think that'd be awesome. And my last bougie item would be an art space makeover. Imagine that you have your friend, grabs your friend or grabs your family member, takes them out to like brunch or something, and then you get to like organize their room. Maybe you paint the walls, maybe you like frame and hang up some of their artwork that they just have laying around. I think that that would be such a cool thing. Like maybe get like permission in some way first, like throw it out there. But whenever I was little, I went to camp and I came back and my parents had completely redone my room one year and I had gotten like a drafting table and like new art supplies and stuff, and I thought that that was so cool, and it was such a fun like gift to receive. So I think that an art space makeover would make a really cool gift for someone in your life. So all right, awesome. Once again, everything is linked down below in that Amazon list, as well as other places. If like I suggest something from like Target or a local art supply store, there'll be links there for those. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them down below. I'm going to be making some more TikTok-y things off of this as well, so catch me on that. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, comment, find me on Instagram, do all the things, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you guys next year.